Imagine this, you're cleaning out your drawer. Among faded receipts and expired coupons, you spot an old penny. Looks dull, right? But what if I told you that ordinary coin could be worth nearly $1 million? No, this isn't a plot twist in a heist movie. This is real, because one specific, 1976 Lincoln penny is changing lives. Now let me ask you a simple question. How would your life change if a coin you've forgotten about could be worth more than your car? Your house? Would you sell it? Would you know where to start? You see, most people overlook these tiny copper discs. But here's the truth: the right penny can fund your retirement, pay off your mortgage, or buy that dream car sitting on your vision board. Let's dive into the untold story of the 1976 Lincoln cent, and by the end of this video, you'll know if you're holding onto a life-changing fortune. But stay with me, because the reason this coin is worth over $950,000 is stranger than fiction. First, the basics. The 1976 penny was struck in Denver, marked by the small D beneath the date. It was part of a run celebrating America's bicentennial, but unlike the quarters, halves, and dollars that were redesigned that year, the humble penny kept its traditional look. And that's where the mystery begins. In theory, every 1976 Lincoln cent should be made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. No surprises. No deviations. But then, collectors noticed something strange. A few of these pennies looked off: their color, their weight, their sound. They were slightly lighter. And the composition? Not copper, not zinc, but aluminum. Yes, aluminum. Now here's where things get juicy. The U.S. Mint was experimenting. Quietly, in the mid-70s, inflation was sky high, and producing pennies was getting expensive. So they began testing alternative metals including aluminum for future coins. Most of these test strikes were supposed to be destroyed, but somehow, a few slipped out. One found its way into circulation, and just like that, a 1976 Lincoln penny made of aluminum became one of the rarest coins in American history. Only one known specimen is certified today. Its current estimated market value, 95万美元. That's right. Nearly $1 million for a coin most people wouldn't bother to pick up from the sidewalk. Now, before you run to your junk drawer, wait, because there's something specific that sets this coin apart, and it's not just the year, not just the mint mark. We'll get to that in a moment. But first, ever wondered why the government doesn't want you to have these coins? Let's just say, aluminum coins have stirred up more than one legal debate. Quick question: when was the last time you got excited about a penny? Exactly, but here we are, talking about a 3.11 gram disc that could outperform the stock market. It's like finding out your pet goldfish has a secret offshore account. So here's what makes this penny so rare. The aluminum planchets weren't supposed to be in Denver, and yet, one 1976 penny was struck on that experimental metal by mistake. That's a minting error, and in the coin world, the right mint error is like discovering a misprinted Picasso. Now, think about this. Most people have never checked their penny jars. They're sitting in basements, glove boxes, dresser drawers, silent, dusty, and maybe worth a fortune. Here's the kicker: coin dealers, private collectors, and auction houses are all actively looking for these rarities. The market is hot. In fact, the last time a coin like this surfaced, bidding wars erupted in seconds. But here's the problem: most people will never know they own something valuable until it's too late. Don't let that be you. You might be holding a financial breakthrough in your hands. So what should you look for? Grab a scale, weigh your 1976 pennies. The standard copper ones weigh about 3.11 grams. If you find one that weighs closer to 2.5 grams, you might have an aluminum strike. And if it feels too light, call an expert before you spend it on coffee. One last thing, some collectors are offering hundreds of thousands for uncertified specimens, and as demand grows, values climb. Let $950K tag. It could hit 7 figures in the next few years. So here's your challenge: check your stash, every coin, every jar, every box in your attic. because the coin you ignored for decades might be the key to generational wealth. And if you want to know where exactly to sell these coins for top dollar, how to avoid scams, and how collectors are turning pocket change into portfolios, well, that's in the next video. Don't just collect coins, collect freedom. Subscribe now, because your $1 million moment might be hiding in plain sight. Would you like a version of this formatted for a teleprompter or subtitles? You could be holding a fortune in your hands and not even know it. Right now, there's a small copper coin sitting quietly in a kitchen drawer, a dusty old jar, maybe even behind your couch cushion. And that coin could be worth more than most people's houses. This isn't a myth. It's not wishful thinking. It's a cold, hard, copper-plated reality. Today, we're talking about the 1987 Lincoln cent. But not just any 1987 penny. There's a rare version with no mint mark. And one of these recently caught fire in the collector's market. Estimated at over 95万美元. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth nearly $1 million. Take a second to breathe that in. A coin you may have walked past 1,000 times without noticing. What if it's sitting in your home right now? Now, before you run to your change jar, pause. Because there's more to this story than meets the eye. And if you want to understand what makes this coin so incredibly valuable, and how to tell if you own one, you're going to want to stay with me until the very end. Let's unravel this mystery. Let's go back to the year 1987. Ronald Reagan was still president. The Cold War was near its end. Gas was under $1 a gallon. And the United States Mint, as it had for decades, was churning out billions of Lincoln cents. Now here's where things get strange. Coins minted in Philadelphia are supposed to have no mint mark. But by 1987, the mint had begun adding AP on many denominations, though not the penny. So technically, a no mint mark Lincoln cent from that year wouldn't be unusual, right? Wrong, because among the sea of common pennies, there emerged a whisper of an anomaly. A penny that not only lacked a mint mark but also carried a very specific die error. A micro flaw so precise, it slipped through quality control, only to become a golden ticket decades later. Now, before we go deeper, let me ask you a question. What's the strangest thing you ever found in your junk drawer? If your answer isn't almost $1 million, you may want to start checking more carefully. This particular coin shows slight doubling in the text. The spacing is subtly off. The rim is fractionally misaligned. To the average eye, it looks like any other penny. But to a trained collector, it's treasure. Now here's where things get even more compelling. The demand for these rare 1987 no mint mark errors exploded in recent years. Collectors with deep pockets began outbidding each other. One coin in pristine condition graded MS-68 reached a market valuation of $950,000. That's not a theoretical estimate. That's the real number being floated in high-level auctions and private sales. So, what's driving this value? Scarcity, of course. But also condition, provenance, and the story. Everyone loves a good underdog story. And a humble penny skyrocketing to millionaire status. That's the ultimate underdog. Now, let's get practical. You're probably wondering, how do I know if I have this coin? Here's what you do. Take a magnifying glass. Inspect any 1987 penny you have. Look for the following: no mint mark, sharp detail, clean strike, and any signs of doubling in the lettering. If the coin looks almost too perfect, you may be onto something. Now comes the crucial part. Do not clean it. Don't even wipe it down. Cleaning a rare coin can drop its value faster than a stock market crash. Next, contact a reputable coin grading service. PCGS or NGC are industry leaders. For a small fee, they'll authenticate, grade, and encapsulate your coin. That grading can be the difference between a couple $100 and a life-changing sum. But here's the kicker: time matters. Every year, fewer of these rare pennies are discovered. Some are lost, others damaged. And every coin that disappears makes yours, potentially even more valuable. Imagine this. You sell a coin for $500,000. You pay off your mortgage. You travel the world. Or maybe you just sit on your porch with a fresh cup of coffee and no more bills to worry about. That's not fantasy. That's a possibility. And it starts with something so small, most people overlook it every day. So the next time you hear the clink of a penny hitting the sidewalk, don't just walk away. That sound might just be your future calling. Before we close, here's the cliffhanger you didn't see coming. There's another version of the Lincoln penny, even rarer, minted only for a few hours before being pulled. Its value is currently unknown, but collectors are watching closely. And we'll be covering that in our next video, so if you want to stay one step ahead of the curve, hit that subscribe button and make sure you don't miss what could be the next $1 million discovery. The coin is real. The value is real. The opportunity is real. The question is, will you find it before someone else does? Would you like a second version with slightly more suspense and dramatization?